You are now tuned in to Not Without Alonzo.
I got a scholarship to go to broadcast school. But I had one problem. I had what they call a tied tongue. I couldn't speak worth a darn. But I wanted to do this so bad, I took speech classes. And if you upset me right now, the tied tongueness will come back. Okay? But I wanted it. So if you want it, you got to go take it. Nobody's going to give it to you. They don't pass out opportunities just like they pass out flyers to a party. That's not how it's done. So that's just what I do. I never thought I'd write a book. I'm not an avid reader. I read manuals. I read things from time to time. Who ever thought that Alonzo would write a book? But at some point in time, people kept telling me, hey man, you ought to write a book, you ought to write a book, you ought to write a book. And I did. Best thing I ever did. Best thing I ever did. Now I do a podcast because I like talking more than I like writing. And that's the story. That's why I'm the godfather of West Coast hip hop. Anybody have any questions? Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Yes, dear.
So where's your podcast located? Is it here in California or
You know what? Remember that club you saw, the studio you saw, Eazy-E and Straight Outta Compton? And you saw Eazy-E, he couldn't rap a gift. And they ran everybody out of the studio. That studio was in my house. I still own that house today. I'm a pretty consistent kind of guy. So I took that studio, I broke it up into 3 sections. One section is for recording music, another is for video, another for podcasts. And I do my podcast out of my house to answer your question. So consistency is everything. Yes?
how did you actually get started with your podcast? Because I heard of
You know, I've done 100, maybe 200 podcasts, and I realized at some point in time, there's some money in podcasting. I didn't realize that. I took a class. Somebody said, hey man, we're having a class over here at this building on 2 Wednesday nights. You want to come by and take a social media class? Yeah. And I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. But I didn't understand why I kept seeing these little ads all the time.
Right.
And I couldn't understand why I had to wait for 5 seconds to see something, click it. And I didn't understand how it was going. So I took the class. And I realized every time that ad runs, whether you watch it or not, somebody's getting paid.
Right.
Then the instructor showed us how you get paid. And I said, whoa, that's not too bad. So it inspired me to start a podcast. I've done so many. My biggest podcast with the most impressions was on Vlad TV. I did a Vlad TV, got almost 1 million hits just talking about Dr. Dre. So if I could get 1 million for Vlad, I could probably get a few 100,000 for Alonzo. So that's my motivation. That's why I do it. And it's not that expensive. The biggest problem with podcasting is posting in the time it takes to get all these social media accounts. But there's other ways of doing that also. Yeah, anybody else? Yes, sir.
Actually, I wanted to ask some questions about your 501c3.
Yes.
So what's your mission statement?
My mission statement is to redirect new artists to a different type of hip hop that doesn't promote suicide, homicide, or genocide. People don't understand, most people don't understand the power of music. I have a presentation about the power of music. Music is probably one of the most powerful art forms you'll ever be involved in. Unlike a movie, unlike television, unlike art or a picture, or even a statue, you may see it once or twice in your life. But a song, you're going to hear redundantly over and over and over again, and you'll get what I call a brain stain. There's a psychological name for it, but I call it the brain stain. When you sing a song you can't stand. You can't stand that song. In commercials, meow, 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 meow. You found yourself singing that stupid commercial, but because you heard it so much. And the same thing with music. You'll see music, you hear it on the radio. You'll look up, and if it's Kendrick Lamar or what's the little guy, Bruno Mars, before it hits the radio, it's in a commercial. And you'll hear different versions of it in a commercial because a lot of times what they'll do, because to license the actual song, the price is so high, they'll reproduce it. And then they'll reproduce it. You'll still have the same familiarity, but you won't have the Bruno Mars version. And because you don't have the Bruno Mars version, they save a lot of money on licensing fees. So yes, you have a song that is being played over and over again. You'll see them in movies. See, one thing about music, unlike any other art form, it sets the soundtrack for an event, a day, or whatever the case may be. You can get married or have a birthday party, and you know those songs for your birthday party when you was 12, 13 years old. When you get married, I want this song, all the women, I want this song played at my wedding. And you know you have certain songs. Okay? As a DJ, I've played At Last by Etta James at least 1,000 songs. That's always a song they want to come out on. Right. There's new songs now, but for the most part, for a long time, that was the song. When you want to make people feel good, I put on Frankie Beverly and Mays before I let go. Anybody's going to start feeling good. If you want people to feel good today, you put on Happy by Pharrell. How many people go to church? All right. You go to a funeral, what's the music sound like? All somber, all depressing. Well, when it comes to, on Sunday, the same church, same preacher, when it's time to lift the offering, they start clapping. They start clapping. They want you to, hey, feel good, here your money go. So you have to understand the power of music, and once you understand the power of music, you understand as an artist, you have control, you have like a lot of control over people's actions. As a club owner and a DJ, understand me, I've owned 6 nightclubs. I was the chief DJ at all my nightclubs except for Dudos. I learned at one point in time, you can't play gangster rap past 1 o'clock. If you play gangster rap past 1 o'clock, it's going to be a fight in the parking lot. It's going to be a fight in the parking lot. I don't care what you do. If you play gangster rap, it's 2 elements you're dealing with now. You're dealing with the intensity of gangster rap, because gangster rap is very aggressive. And at 1:15 is last call. Okay? And everybody's trying to get that last shot of whatever they drink before they hit the parking lot. They get their last 15 minutes of partying in, and they feeling pretty good, and they all pumped up, and somebody steps on somebody's shoe. Next thing you know, you call the police. Okay? Ask me how I know. All right? So I learned at a certain time, you cut the liquor off, you cut the gangster rap off, and you can go home without having to call the police. These are things you have to learn over experience. Any other questions? Yes?
Where were you when Ice Cube did N.W.A.?
What's my relationship with N.W.A.?
No, I said, where were you when Ice Cube did N.W.A.?
Where was I? Laughing. At home laughing. I was having a ball. When Ice Cube dissed N.W.A., and there's two parts to that question. I thought it was one of the greatest diss records of all time, first of all. He was very clever with everything he said. But that same record, I use it as an example to show you how people are willing to catch a case to support an artist. One night at one of my clubs, I was playing No Vaseline by Ice Cube. People were partying. It's a great dance record. It was made from a great dance record. And a guy walked over to me while I'm DJing and tells me, hey man, he's a hood brother. Hey man, take it off right now. I got my headphones on. I'm not like, say what? Hey, take it off right now. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, what you talking about? So finally I took the headphones. Can I help you, bro? He says, take that off, man. He's dissing my people. What people are you talking about? He was supposed to be friends with Dre, and Cube is dissing Dre, and he's upset with me for playing Cube's record. The level of ignorance is surprising, but it's real. And I'm like, huh? And I kept talking to him the whole time while the record is playing, trying to get him to understand what's going on. I'm not going to stop pulling this record off for you. And when it finally went off, I took it off. Oh, right, good, because they're my people, and I don't appreciate that. And I'm like, wow, he was really upset with me for playing the record. So once you understand the power of music, because when N.W.A. split up, you had 2 facets. You actually had 3 facets. You had the Eazy-E facet, you had the Drake facet, and the Cube facet. Okay? Each one of those camps had their loyal followers. And where I came from, it could be a problem if you supported the wrong person at the wrong time. It's just the craziest thing in the world. These guys don't know you. They don't care if you exist, but you prepared to go to war because he dissed you.